welcome to today's episode as we talk about Health by God, Born to Thrive. Happy new month once again. This is the month of March, the month of celebrating women, the month where we celebrate mothers, girls, women. And as we approached today's session, I began to look at the life cycle of a woman. I began to look at the various sacrifices that a woman has had to make. I began to look at the peculiarities of womanhood, and it brought me to the conclusion that this month, on the first session in this month, we should be looking at Health by God, Born to Thrive. Every woman has things in them, has peculiar characteristics in them that God has put there as special people. God wants every one of them to use it to the fullest, to ensure that every one of them can live to the best of the things He has deposited in them. However, there are challenges we face as women, and those are some of the things we are looking at today.
So, Health by God, Born to Thrive. Every one of us as women must know that the first description of us as women that God did has the major word help in it. God said we're going to be helpers to the man. Help is a root word, is a major chunk in the word that God used to describe us. That means that as women, if we do not depend on God to help us, we will be serving people from an empty cup. We will be pouring ourselves out so much without being refilled. Eventually, it will drain us out. We will get resentful. We will get angry. We will sometimes give up on the whole situation and walk away. Health by God is a reminder that you being a helpmeet to that man, you being a helper to that organization, to that family, the dependence, the root of our existence is on the word help. And our help must constantly come from God. We must constantly look to God for help and sustenance. If not, we'll be running a race that is empty, devoid of renewal, devoid of refilling, and that in itself would not help us be the best that we can be. It is very important that we recognize the hidden desire to constantly swing into action as women. It is our innate, almost what I'll call a default mode, that we want to swing in and save the day. We want to jump in and help. We want to jump in and rescue someone from the consequences of their behavior. We want to jump in and help someone escape the consequences of even their misbehaviors. It is our innate, it's our default mode to want to help. And I should say very quickly that there are many of us women who have been pushed to the point where we've changed in the kind of person that God wanted us to be. We've allowed the disappointments, the betrayals, we've allowed the pains to make us not callous but cold and unresponsive. And those are some of things we would also look at. But first of all, you as a woman, it is natural that you want to swing into action. You want to save the day. You want to help everybody. You want to ensure everybody is fine at the expense of your own health, at the expense of your own personality, at the expense of your own development. And while I'm not coming to say don't make sacrifices for your family, don't look at them, don't do this, don't do that, that's not what I'm coming here to say. But what I'm coming to give is a balance. Because if you continue to pour without receiving help from God, is resentment and pain and disappointment and health challenges and sometimes even death that ends the matter for some women. So today we are saying health by God, the default state for us is to always try to help people, because the root word used to describe us as helping it, which is drawing help from God. So the moment we begin to do things without drawing strength and wisdom from God, we are pouring our cup from our cup out, and when it is empty, it begins to have ripple effect on us. So what today you want to look at yourself. What are those things that you're doing that ordinarily should have been done by your children, ordinarily should have been done by your husband, ordinarily should have been done by that person, that sister, that brother, but you are taking it all on yourself because you feel responsible for them? You want to analyze everything that you've been pouring out into and ask yourself sincere questions. Am I meant to be pouring this out? Did God ask me to do this? Is this one of the things that God has asked me to do? What am I going to do differently about it? There is no thriving when all you are doing is trying to survive. We are not meant to be surviving, we are meant to thrive. So if all you are doing is just surviving womanhood, surviving motherhood, surviving wifehood, then there is a big problem. Today I'm calling us to a point of self-reflection. What are the things you're doing? And we'll take typical examples. What are the things that you're doing that God did not send you to do, but because you feel that you are responsible for it, that's why you must do it? Those things. This is the day for examination. So let's look at, I kept saying don't pour from an empty cup. And first of all, how do we protect our cup? First of all, as mothers, as women, how do we ensure that this cup is protected? And I'll start from you as a woman. How are you taking care of yourself? Are you living your life in obedience to God's instructions concerning taking care of your vessel? Are you living in obedience to God's demands concerning taking care of your body? Are you constantly, oh, I'm tired, but because everybody is tired, I have to be the one to do everything consistently? Now, I need us to be very clear that every one of us, there is, as women, we are women. As women, we are just naturally sacrificial. So I am not talking about that. But when your life is constantly characterized by sacrifices, then we have a problem. There are times when you will need to step back and take a break. I need to rest today. I am not going to do this today, so that I can recover my strength. There are times when you need to close your eyes and say, everybody go and eat out so that I can rest from the kitchen. For those who are toddlers, you begin to invest in your tomorrow from today. Begin to allow them do chores. Begin to allow them take responsibility in the kitchen, because your tomorrow will need it. You will not always be this strong. We are talking about avoiding pouring from an empty cup, ensuring that our cup stays full. If every time when you finish in the kitchen, you finish in the house taking care of everybody, you are spent, no time to go back to God, your cup is going empty. And as long as God, who is the helper, does not continue filling you, you won't have anything to pour out. How much priority do you give to yourself, to your health? I shared the story of the lady who just gave birth, and the husband who shared the story of the lady who gave birth, and he just felt she was lacking and was hard on her. He didn't know she was battling depression, battling hypertension, and many of us here are experiencing the same. Your life doesn't have to end the same way the woman's life ended. Now that you can take a break, take a break. If you feel tired and you know that you've done your best, this is not a case of laziness. Take a break. Prioritize your strength. Let me tell you the blatant truth. If anything happens to you today, see, regardless of how beautiful the man talked about the woman, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. Tomorrow, the man will get married. Another woman will come and raise his children, and God help those children if she's a wicked woman. If anything happens to you today, the world will go on. Why would you make yourself replaceable? Your health, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. Your health is very important. Prioritize your health. You wake up in the morning to cook and you feel a headache. Stay back, lie down. See, sweetheart, I'm sorry, I can't cook today. I'm feeling a headache. I think I need to rest it. It's not every time you push yourself to the limit. It's not every time. See, I hope I'm talking to women who are hardworking. I hope I'm talking to women who are loving, who love their family. Because if you are a lazy person, this is not for you. This is just going to be opportunity to continue. But no, I'm talking about women who make sacrifices, who are strong, who keep their families together. Learn to prioritize your health. Learn to pay attention to your body. As women, our bodies usually talk to us. Our body gives us signs that this thing is happening to you, that thing is happening to you. Oh, this is happening because that happened. Listen to your bodies. This is the month of celebration of women. I am shouting at the top of my voice. Listen to your body. And that's the very first thing I want us to look at in keeping our cups full. If you are constantly having a headache, you are constantly feeling tired, you are constantly feeling depressed, go for checkup. Talk to somebody. If it is medical, treat it and be fine. Don't keep saying, I will do it later, I will do checkup later. Everybody will be sick. You will be the one caring for everybody in the house. You are having a headache. You can't even sit down to rest. Today, this is a reminder to care for your health. Another thing I want us to look at in keeping our cups full is care for yourself, for your body. You know, when I was growing up, I saw my mom. There were times when we didn't have food to eat, and it was so bad that we would take an empty bowl, we'll place it on the table, cover it, and my mom will arrange all of us around the bowl and tell us to start praying. God filled the bowl with food. God filled the bowl with food. We had so much faith that God was going to provide for us. Of course, we didn't experience any situation where the bowl was miraculously filled. But God did send people at different points in time to give us food that will sustain us till the next break that came along. But in all these periods, my mom was a hardworking woman working in one of the eyebrow schools in Lagos at that time. Yet everything she made, she'll bring it to the table. My dad was working with the federal government at that time and they were owing salaries. So what she made is what was sustaining the family. Despite the fact that everything was like that, my mom will not buy one dress for herself. She will not buy one drink for herself. But when my daddy feels one drop of tiredness, he will go and buy malt and milk, mix it and drink it. Let me tell you the results. My mom started aging faster than my dad. Faster than my dad. My dad was almost always drinking malt and milk. But my mom could not sit down, and I don't mean drink small milk or 18 of peak milk. My daddy will drink it finish with malt. And I grew up watching both of them and wondering, why is it that my mom isn't giving herself priority? Why isn't that she's taking care of everybody? She will give everybody protein. She will put protein in our food just so that everybody can be okay. And over the years, as I saw them and saw her age, my father was still shining and bright. I knew that this isn't something that I should do. But of course, when I got married, I realized I started doing the same. You take care of everybody, you can't take care of yourself. Your underwear is torn and tattered, but you will buy underwear for everybody in the house. Your bra is terrible looking, but you will take care of everyone. They can't catch you in public to say strip and you will be proud of what you are wearing under. Yet you will ensure that everybody's underwear and outerwear is perfect, but you are not taking care of yourself. You will cook and leave the burnt parts and say, let me serve everybody, let everybody be okay, and you serve yourself the burnt part. You are misusing your body. In fact, you are abusing your body. And today, I am coming to tell you that if we want to have a full cup, there is no woman who isn't made to be taken care of. So the moment you start misusing your own body, you start disrespecting your own body by the things you eat, by the things you wear, by the attention you give yourself, one day you will snap. Yes, there's no woman who stays true like that. You will snap. One day you will wake up and realize, what have I been doing to myself? But you don't have to wait till then. Let this be the sign from God that it's time to focus on yourself. As I said, I'm not talking to women who are concerned about just themselves. They don't care about anybody. No. I'm talking to women who know what they want, who know how to take care of the people God has placed in their hands, and who can now say, okay, as I do this for my children and my husband, I would also do this for me. Buy that new shoe, sister. Buy the shoe. Buy that new dress, sister. Every week, every month, every year is how everybody will survive you are looking at. Take care of yourself. Look good. Make that hair. Sister. You are beautiful. Look at yourself in the mirror. Go and stand there. How do you look? Are you proud of yourself? Today, I'm calling you. Go to that salon. Fix your nails. Makeup, make your hair, buy that new dress, let your confidence come alive. Remember the you that was all bubbly and all before you got married, because one day you would wake up and be asking yourself, who am I? Where did this girl go? And that is why many women late in life fall into adultery, fall into fornication, because someone came along the line and connected with the girl, the original girl they were before they got married. You don't want to wait till then to start looking for solution. My sister, throw away that bra, throw away that torn pants, go and buy a new set. Where stand in front of the mirror, you are fat or you know fat, it's nobody's business. Stand in front of the mirror and admire what God is doing with you. Look into the mirror and look into your eyes. See yourself. Look, don't just look, like behold, look deeply at the woman you are becoming, and get in touch with that girl that you once were. There is a lot that I want us to talk about today, but let me just give the final example, and then we go into how what other things are required to thrive. The final thing I want us to look at is your relationship with God. You spend so much time praying for other people. You spend so much time attending to other people's issues, whereas you have issues that also need to be dealt with in the presence of God. You have issues that the only way you can deal with them is by spending time with God. But you are there, you are the advisor for everybody. You are the one praying for everybody, but you never have time to sit with God to say, God, look at this thing that is troubling me. Sort me out, God. Look at this thing that is on my mind. Help me, Lord. Remember that I said at the beginning, the root word in our description, the foremost description of us is help. Our help must constantly be found in God. So you cannot continue to pour, you cannot continue to advise everybody to settle fights. Sometimes your children will fight so much, you are fed up of the noise. You cannot continue to do all that. You are the one, because settling fight between your daughter and your father, your daughter and your husband. You are everywhere, without you going to God to talk about things that are hurting you. You know, I know of women whose BP problem started from something that the husband did to them. In fact, I know of a particular woman who the husband got his gratuity, and the time when he got his gratuity, he went to use it to buy ice block machine, and the wife didn't know that he had been paid his gratuity. So one day, after aren't they going to settle you? He said, they've settled him, and he has gone to use it to invest in ice block machine, that is waiting for the machine to land. The woman said the moment she heard it and shouted, oh, why? That was the beginning of BP problem for her. You know, there are things that these men sometimes do to us that can almost make us go crazy. Sometimes our minds just raises thoughts like, what the heck is this? Sisters, it is in the presence of God that we dissipate those pains. It is in the presence of God that we are healed of those wounds. No woman is meant to carry pain on her chest. Our roots, our helper, is supposed to be the one carrying it. So how is your relationship with God? When was the last time you sat with God and cried before Him? Because I love a song. I cannot bow before God and bow before men. No way. I cannot be crying in front of God and be crying for a man. No way. When I cry before God and I step out, everything in life begins to arrange. The children know. I tell them, you want to do this, God will tell me now. We settle your matter when you are not there. I look at my husband, I see something I don't like, I don't fight him. I go down on my knees and settle the matter there. Because I will not let somebody come and kill me. Somebody, one man there should not come and kill one woman here. Once I know that this thing is painful to me, I take it to God. Once I know that this thing is giving me concern, I throw it before God. Whether in the life of the children, in the life of my husband, family, extended family, I throw it to God. To be able to thrive your relationship with God must be rock solid. It is in that place that God will tell you things concerning your husband, concerning your children. The children say jokingly, they say, mommy, we know now, is it not mommy? Sometimes my daughter will do something and I'll respond. And then she will now say, mommy, how did you know now? And my son will answer, is it not mommy? Your relationship with God is your engine room. Every time we come out stronger, it's because there is fuel in our generator. It's because our generator is being maintained by God. And this month, I am calling every one of us to a point of self-reflection and self-evaluation. We must deal with everything that is taking us away from our source of energy. We must deal with everything that is making us lesser than who we are, who God has called us to be. We must get back to that room where we are the strongest. See, our strength is not in our fight, oh. It's not in shouting, oh. Our strength is in our submission, first to God and to the men God has placed in our lives. So even when he's doing something that does not align, we don't fight. No, we don't fight. We stay with God. We pour to God what our grievances are, and we allow him to take over the situation. See, the moment you become fighter, God cannot fight for you. As they say, the comforter is only there for people who need comfort. If you will not allow God to handle your battles and you rest in him, there are many things that he will do. It would affect you in many ways, health-wise. I know of a particular lady who, and now this is now on a general note, I know of a particular lady who her husband refused her to get house help. She worked in a bank manager of some sort, top lady there, worked in a bank, would do work every day, come home, take care of the kids, everything, like that. And one day she fell down and died. It wasn't up to 1 week. The husband got the help to come and take care of the children. Before you know it, the husband had remarried. Hey, my sister. Hey. I know your husband said you should not get the help. It is fine that you are not being disobedient, but you need to find a way around it. Call people who will listen to him. You know, there's something that my mom taught me. I used to be what mighty Ugo. All powerful, all everything. I am fainting, I will still be forming, I'm the strong woman. See, men, they are not looking for strong women who will replace them. In fact, there's this particular guy who came out to ask for help, that he wants to break his relationship. And what was the reason that he wanted to break the relationship? He said the lady does everything a man should do. How do I want to feel like a man around her? You have a guy who wants to help you in the kitchen. You are saying, leave my thing, it's my thing. Bro, you will suffer for it, oh. You will suffer for it. You need help. You cannot call him and say, please come and help me with this and I can't do it. You will suffer for it as a woman. And my mom taught me, you need to be able to ask for help. It doesn't mean you are weak. It just means you recognize that the burden you are carrying is not meant for one person to carry. Learn to ask for help. Learn to ask for help so that your days may be long. Oh. On this one, we had to, it's not only for obey your parents in the Lord. That's not the only way to make your days long. Don't go and carry load that God did not give you. The man is the owner of the load. We are just helpmates. And in this month of March, I want to encourage us to prioritize ourselves, prioritize our health, prioritize our bodies, taking care of ourselves, and most importantly, prioritize our walk with God so that our cup remains constantly full. And when you need it, take a break, go on retreat, go and spend that one night away, 2 nights away. Give yourself a treat. You sef drink milk and malt. It's not every time shower. Drink milk and malt, the world will not end. You sef buy new phone, not palasa every time because you want everybody in the world to be fine. You cannot take care of yourself. Leave palasa. Buy new phone. And while we are making sacrifices for our families, for our children, let's not forget that the only way that they will appreciate us, the only way they will constantly look at us, is if we are constantly developing ourselves. Take that course. Attend that eyebrow event. See how life is. Don't be a bush woman. Your husband is improving himself and you are there. And life one day you just wake up and realize we are miles apart. Prioritize yourself this month. True dependence on the Holy Ghost, helping you to know what to stop doing, what to minimize, and what to even start doing. And I pray that God will help every one of us. In Jesus' name, amen.